Well, hello. Here to show you the Big Bird babysitter coloring here. What I had and drew is that Big Bird, and along with the babysitter, is talking about the different things so far as babysitter is that basically it's a priority, it's a job that the person, one person is like one or two people or whatever you call it. Is so far as known as the adult, the guardian is the person who's in charge for the next couple of hours, so far as watching kids or whatever, and a lot of times is that a lot of kids may have them whenever the parents or whoever's away. The things that keep you busy will probably be like games and pictures and TV, music and so forth. The holidays, along with nap time, story time, movies, snacks, and meals. And then along right here, you got the meals. Is like you got the food pyramid right here with the servings of the vegetables, and then the fruits, and then the milk, and then of course the bread group and all that, and all the snacks. But you got the Sesame Street characters, Cookie Monster and Elmo, and then there's other characters like I think it's El Erman or something like that is his name, and then along with also it's like you have Ernie, and then all the other Sesame Street characters. But one thing I remember whenever say so far as babysitting is that you say is that whenever you some babysitters would probably say that a lot of times that whenever you're babysitting that the kids a lot of times would get on your nerves a lot of times, and it's like it's so far as is basically is a job about dealing with is like with the kid that if you're going to have a kid in your home, it's like if you're going to have them in the living room or in the kitchen or whatever for a couple of hours, is basically a job where you would basically be in charge of what they do, and watching them for a while until the parent, the mom or dad or whoever comes home. But you got right here is my baby picture. You got my baby picture right here. You got me enjoying my meals like so far as on my birthday. But I remember whenever I had a babysitter, that a lot of times we would do like birthdays and activities and stuff like that and games. And I remember one of them was I don't remember the name of the game, but it's like the salt and then the pepper and then the shaker is basically whenever you would either take a salt or pepper shaker. I think it was the pepper shaker, if I remember right. The salt shaker, I guess, was just to kind of keep in mind about the game. A spare or whatever you call it is like if you have a choice. I guess it's your choice between a salt and pepper shaker, and you would cover it up. You would cover it up with the towel. And then try to I think the way the game works is that you would move it from one side of the table to the other, and basically if it were to fall off the edge, then it slips out of your hand, and basically you won't know if the towel's covering up, but basically as it falls out of your hand, and that's whenever that the towel lays down flat. And I remember one time there was a trick to where a babysitter that I had they had to where you would cover it up, and you would act like you press it down, and then it would disappear, and then fall. It would go somewhere, and then you would be able to find it, and then it's like so far with the salt and pepper shaker. But I don't know. It's like so far the rules of the table is other words to say if you want to pass the salt and pepper shaker, say please. It's like, and please pass the rolls or whatever it is. But anyway, so far with table manners. But then you got right here is you got these card game. But of course is that so far with Big Bird Babysitter is talking about so far with activities. You have it to where I think is of course is that the course to give Big Birds, like you say, give them a bow tie. It's like start with the colors. You can give them a bow tie. You give Big Birds like a bow tie, and then right here you can go and give them a shirt, him or her. Like give the person in charge a little shirt, and then of course on the inside of the shirt, of course it could be a shirt or an apron, or and then do like a little coloring right here. And then from there, and then of course is to go ahead and go ahead and work with it. Say with the red, and then go ahead and write on there as I could, for baby sitter. And of course is that you could say have that where you have an activity. It's like it could be a baby bin. Always say baby bin is like you make a baby bin for yourself. It's like say you have maybe do an activity with the babysitter. It's like so far with the the adult around is to make like a little baby bin for whenever you're eating is something that you can use. And then along right here is you got the cookie monster. You got a little bit. You got the cookies for for the cookie monster. And then but so far as for like the day or night, is you have it to where how long the kid's going to be over there for. And a lot of times, a lot of people will probably say that that how long that you're going to have the kids over for, and more likely it's like that the parents or whoever could be gone for a couple of hours or whatever you call it. But the way I think about it is that some people would probably say that that what you're going to do during the whole evening and maybe during the whole night or whatever you call it. You got the sun and then along with the moon right there. But of course it's not the things that that keep you busy. More like it's like the things that keep me busy. More likely, of course, is being creative. But you have it to where you get the character right there, and then use a little bit of blue right here. It's like seems like my favorite color seems like was always blue. More likely, but one activity I know I like doing is so far is plays and stuff like that. You got do plays, maybe Hansel and Gretel or whatever you call it, and you do number is like you do plays. And so far as problems is like getting into it over the video game is that you have it to where you get over into it with the video game. Is that it was like, well, he started it. I can no, I didn't. But I usually say that one way you can say you break up the fight is more like is by saying it's like hey, then you either put the game up or you better get along. But you have it to where you got that. So you add a little bit of color right here. And a lot of times, a lot of the coloring books that I used to do is just you kind of mix up the colors, just to kind of see what they do. If you kind of mix them up, where they change color. So far with Big Bird BabySitter is the stuff that keeps you busy. And so far as the blue marker is knowing is that so far with the homework is that so far as you can maybe write down. So far as as notes is that so far for study. The study of the food group. The study of the food group. More likely, a lot of kids will probably say that they really want to spend their time doing it, or whatever you call it, study about what's in the food products that makes you big and strong and stuff. But so far with Big Bird, you get Big Bird BabySitter and all the activities. So you get Elmo, and then right here you get so far as the deck of cards and along with the moon. But so far as what I remember about so far as babysitter is I think more likely I was about 7 years old, maybe 10. I think about 10 years old whenever of course that the babysitters I had, and then a couple of them I think one of them of course is whenever I was 11. Had one when I was 11, but otherwise than that haven't had one since then. But otherwise than that, more likely they could probably say that the job is basically about treating the kids like if they were your own, and then so far as getting along with them. But what I would probably suggest is so far with kids is so far as keep them entertained is to keep